All right, everybody, what's going on? It is Monday already. Monday, the 26th of August, 2024. It's 5 p.m. here in Germany. This is the Insanity Report for today. It's crazy that there's so many insane things that have happened once again that we need to talk about. It's almost impossible these days to do just one Insanity Report a day. I mean, there's just so many things that happen that you're like, wow, it's crazy. We got to talk about it. Today's things are going to be, I've got to start off with the RFK Trump alliance. Now, I know that everybody's talked about this. I know everybody knows about it, but there's something, I guess I want to put my 2 cents in on it. All right? This is probably the best thing that could have happened to the Trump campaign that we could have hoped for. Really. I mean, look, RFK is a smart dude, right? Very smart guy, very articulate guy. And his main thing is he is one of the anti-establishment candidates. And as we know, I mean, I guess most of us know by now that it's not about left and right. It's not about Republicans or Democrats. It's about people who enjoy living in free countries and want to remain free and don't want a totalitarian, woke, ideological based government rule forced upon them against the establishment woke globalist. That's basically the dynamic here. So any candidate that is to be elected in modern day politics that is for retaining freedom, for the conservative values that people have about their countries. I'm not talking about conservatives in the political sense. I'm talking about people want to conserve their heritage. They want to conserve their countries. They don't want to be invaded, for example, by tons and tons of illegal aliens and illegal immigrants. People that are tired of the corruption, people that are tired of being gaslit by the government, people that are tired of the secrets that the government keeps from the taxpayers, and people that are generally tired of the dynamic that has changed, where the idea is, and the idea that all the governments like to purport in the West, is that it's a government by the people for the people. It's the people that decide. It's democracy. Look, that dynamic, if it ever was like that, it's completely changed, right? It's completely changed. It's now the government is a setup of a bunch of people who find themselves to be elites. They feel like they're the elites, and they are the people that have to dictate to the plebs, that's us, what needs to be done, how much money it's going to cost, when it needs to be done, and how it needs to be done. And that's the way the governments are set up all over the Western world these days. It is no longer government by the people for the people, blah, blah. That's all bullshit. It's not happening. That's a concept that may have once been true. It no longer is true, and we all know it. It's the people that want that to be true, right, against the establishment status quo people. And that's mostly the governments, right? It's mostly the governments and the people that support them. It's mostly leftist ideology that's running this thing, right? And that's where the left comes in again, because it is the leftist woke ideology that has inserted itself into every institution, every nook and cranny of politics, everything that has anything to say about anything. It's been infected by this woke leftist ideology, and we need it to stop. And Robert F. Kennedy is one of the people on this earth, one of the people, luckily in America, for America, that is on team let's stop this, as is Elon Musk, as is Donald Trump, and a lot of other people. And now, this alliance between RFK and Donald Trump is going to make a lot of people that were on the fence about Donald Trump, didn't know what to do, didn't really want to vote for Donald Trump, would have gladly voted for Kennedy, but knew Kennedy probably wouldn't win, right? These people were all in a dilemma, and now they are freed from their dilemma, because now the two sides have joined forces. I don't even know if this has ever happened before. In my lifetime, I don't remember one instance where two contenders in a general election, where one dropped out and joined the other. I don't know if that's ever happened before. I might be wrong. You know, I haven't been looking at politics that long, and I haven't been alive for that long. So it may have happened before. I don't know if it did, but it seems like an epic moment to me. And everybody in America and basically the Western world who has been feeling very depressed about this whole situation, feeling like there was no way out, feeling like there was no chance of avoiding a totalitarian takeover, right? This should be the major white pill for you. For real, it should be a major white pill. It is for me, I have to say. No, I mean, anything better probably could not have happened. Anything better could not have happened. It is fantastic, right? It's fantastic. And everybody should regard it as fantastic. This is going to be epic. This is going to be a moment. If Trump gets in office, I think that this is going to be a moment that is going to change American politics, and therefore it's going to trickle down to the rest of us. Thank God, right? It's going to change Western politics. It's going to change it. It's going to put in motion the revert back to governments by the people for the people, where the people and their interests are taken seriously and are put first. And that's what we need. And Kennedy represents that for sure. I don't know. I mean, I know there's people out there who think he's some sort of Trojan horse, like he's a plant from the Democrats. People, please. The Democrats have done everything they possibly could to ruin this guy's life. They didn't want to give him protection, for Secret Service protection, until the time Donald Trump finally got shot. Then they gave him Secret Service protection. They've cut him from the ballot. They've used lawfare against him. He's actually Donald Trump's counterpart, right? He's the guy on the Democratic Party side, the old Democratic Party side, that is facing the same shit as the guy on the right, Donald Trump. And you know why that is? It's because it's not right versus left. It's not Democrat versus Republican. Not for us. It is in Congress and Senate and all that. That's great. But for the regular people, that's not what it's about. You see, it's the government establishment, the deep state, the administrative state, the bureaucratic state, whatever you want to call it. It's them pushing back against populism, pushing back against what the people want, pushing back against candidates that want to go outside the status quo. And they're doing it everywhere, not just in America. Here in Germany and in Europe, it's the same thing. The European Union bureaucrats, they are also pushing back against populist candidates. They hate Viktor Orban. They hate Geert Wilders from Holland. They hate Giorgia Meloni from Italy. They hate Marine Le Pen from France. They hate the AfD here in Germany. They hate them all, and they're doing everything they can do to stop their rise in power. But it seems like finally the tide is turning. It seems like finally the tide is turning. It seems like finally enough people are waking up in the Western world, especially after COVID, that they see, wait a second, we cannot keep voting for these establishment parties. They are fucking up our lives. You know what I mean? They're fucking up our lives. They're fucking up our countries. They're fucking up our economies. They're fucking up everything, right? And people are starting to see it. The mainstream media can no longer cover for these establishment governments and these globalists because people are getting their information outside the mainstream media. It's very hard for them to contend. And so they're losing their grip on the narrative, which is why all the censorship is coming, which is why the push for censorship is so hard, because they know that if they don't get control of the narrative, they're done. Because that's the only thing that's been keeping these leftists and these globalists alive in politics. The only thing that's been able to keep them alive is they've been able to rely on an apathetic and stupid public who believes everything that's shoveled into their mouths, into their brains on mainstream media. And so they could do whatever they wanted. They knew that when it came time to vote, that they could just put out a massive media campaign in their favor, and the people would be dumb enough to eat it up. But now, they can't hide behind the mainstream media anymore, because the mainstream media is actually becoming irrelevant. It's not going fast enough, in my opinion, but they're becoming irrelevant. You know what I mean? Pretty much everybody knows now that they are lying about pretty much everything. It's propaganda. It's government propaganda in every Western country, not just America. Every Western country, the mainstream media, the mainstream news, they are government propaganda and have been for at least the last decade, right? When, maybe even longer. I think that the governments miscalculated on the internet. They did not foresee people being able to get their news off the internet from alternative media sources. And so they didn't anticipate a lot of the things that are happening with the internet, and they're losing their grip on the narrative. And they need that to stop. And that's why they're pushing for so much censorship, is they are trying their damnedest to plug these holes. And they can't do it. They're not going to be able to do it. So this means that the control and the power has finally shifted back into the hands of the people. The people now just need to take that power and use it. And this is what I'm going to be real straight about this. I've said it in everything. You know, the alliance between Trump and Kennedy is fantastic. They should be an unstoppable duo. You know, I mean, it's even better than the JD Vance pick. For real, it is. And they should be unstoppable. And the people joining that team, joining that side at this moment, all the people that are Tulsi Gabbard, all the people that are defecting from the Democrat Party because they just can't go along with this insanity anymore. There's a lot of them, people. There's a lot of them. And so as many people as tell you that, oh, well, there's a lot of people that used to work for Trump that aren't going to vote for him, they don't want to be part of his administration anymore. He doesn't need those people. You know, he doesn't need those people because there's a lot more people waking up and kind of getting on board the Trump train, the MAGA train, whether they admit it in public or not. There's going to be a lot of people that have brains that know that voting for Kamala Harris and this Tim Walz Nazi, that's going to be a giant, giant mistake, right? They know it. They can't tell their friends they know it. They can't tell their friends they're going to vote for Donald Trump. But in order to save themselves, their families, and their businesses, they know America and the Western world is going in the very wrong direction. And they're going to vote for Donald Trump secretly. And there's going to be a lot of those. There's a lot of those people out there. I guarantee it. But as awesome as this news is, and as sure as I am about the fact that there's going to be very many secret Trump voters, people that just aren't going to tell anybody that they're going to pull the lever for Trump, you know, there's going to be a lot of those. And we've got everything on our side, okay? All the stars have aligned for our side. I didn't think it was ever going to happen. I really didn't. I did not think that this day would come, that I would be this white-pilled about the future of the political scene in the Western world. I am now very positive about it. The only thing that I'm worried about, guys, is that the conservatives, the Republicans, the American people don't all go out and vote. All of you. I mean, no matter how much you think it's in the bag, it's not. Remember, these Democrats, they have a plan up their sleeve, for sure. They have a plan up their sleeve, for sure. You know, they're going to cheat more than as hard as they possibly can. They're going to pull out all the stops because they know this is going to be the end for them. This is it. The chance for the globalist WEF woke takeover is now. If they don't make it happen now, they're done and they know it. And a lot of them are probably going to go to jail. A lot of them are probably going to get prosecuted. Many are going to lose their jobs for sure. There's going to be a lot of shakeup in the deep state. And they don't want that. That's existential to them. They cannot have it. I mean, if you remember, think about it. Every president that has ever gone outside the establishment line in any way, on the left or the right, there's been an assassination attempt on them. Lincoln, outside the status quo, boom, gone. John F. Kennedy, outside the status quo, boom, gone. You know, and Reagan, they tried to kill him, didn't work. Yeah, now there's Trump, they tried to kill him, didn't work either. So these people have gone and will go as far as they have to maintain their power, believe it. So a little bit of cheating or a lot of cheating in the general election in 2024 is not going to be any skin off their nose at all. And as a matter of fact, I don't think they even care if everybody does know about it. They don't care. They might resort to absolute violence, they might try an actual coup. I would put nothing past these people. So, the only way to beat the cheat, I say it over and over again, the only way to beat the cheat is if the voter turnout in 2024 is the biggest, the largest that America has ever seen, that will solidify it. That will get these people into office that we need in office. And that will start the turnaround. But if people think, nah, I don't care about voting, I'm done, you know, it doesn't make any sense, my vote doesn't count, or they're going to cheat, or they're disillusioned. I get it, dude, it's not really that hard. It's not that much work. even if you think that way, fuck it. Just take the leap. Take the leap of faith here. Go and pull the lever for Donald Trump. Even, it costs you a couple hours. So what? This is really important, people. Everybody's got to go. It is nowhere near in the bag. No matter how many white pills we get between now and November, you can guarantee that the other side is scheming and plotting to try to steal this election because they know which way it's going. And so they're already have contingency plans, guaranteed. And the only way to make that stop is to get out there. Everybody get out there and vote. Everybody that's over 18, everybody that's eligible to vote. Not illegal aliens now, not even for us, right? Not illegal aliens. Everybody needs to get off the couch this November and go out and vote. Just do it, even if it's the only time you ever do it, even if you don't believe in it. You know, I mean, there's people like Michael Malice, for example, that I really respect. I like him. He's an anarchist, and he doesn't believe in voting, so he's not going to vote. I get it. I totally get I get what he's thinking, right? But if you want to save America, put aside your selfish thought for just a moment in this case and vote this time. If you never vote again, vote this time. Everybody's got to get out there. All right? Everybody's got to get out there. There's no other way around it. If you want to beat the cheat, everybody's going to get out there. So everybody that knows they're going to go has got to try and animate people they know to also go. Make a fucking day out of it. Make a party out of it. You know, have a fucking barbecue afterwards. Have some drinks. You know, take the next day off work. Whatever you got to do. Make it fun for each other. Make it a day and do something with it. That's going to make it happen. I mean, Donald Trump and Kennedy have done pretty much everything they can do. Okay? Donald Trump's trying to skate around fucking court cases. He got shot. Kennedy's been trying to fucking fight lawfare with money of his own, constantly trying to battle the Democrats to even get on ballot in certain states. They fought as hard as they possibly could for their age. And now it's up to the regular people. You guys have got to do something too. It can't just be up to the fucking politicians that are elected and then everybody sits back and goes, well, that's it. Okay, no. They've done everything they can do. You can't expect much more out of these people unless they're put into office. Then you can expect a whole lot more. But hey, they've done all the fighting that's in them. And now it's up to the American people to get off the couch and get out there and go vote and make their vote count. That's what you got to do. You owe it to these people. I mean, if Kennedy and Trump can put aside their giant egos and say, you know what? America's future, the future of the West, the future of freedom and actual democratic rule, the democratic rules and rule, right, is more important than my ego, being the winner, whatever. If they can do it, so can the American people bring up enough effort to get out there and go vote, cast your vote for Donald Trump, get Kennedy in there, get the other people that are patriots and people that want freedom, that want the actual Constitution to mean something, and that want a government by the people, for the people, like it was originally planned. They are the ones that need to get into office, and you can help them get there if you just get out there and beat the cheat by being out there in such big numbers that there's just no way for them to cheat it. Okay? That's what you got to do. Because after this, the only other way is going to be armed, violent revolution, and I don't think many people are ready for that. And so I think that then people just end up like the poor fuckers in North Korea, right? They've got no chance. They're done. That's going to be their life for generations. They're done. There's nobody coming to save them either, right? And if you don't want to be them, then this is your last chance, in my opinion, to solve this issue democratically, to use democratic principles, democratic rule, and your democratic rights to get the right politicians into office. Take advantage of it, people. Please don't let it go. That's my advice. This was a great white pill. This is a great way to start the week, knowing that we have a massively good chance to start hacking away at this bureaucratic monster that has become the United States federal government. It's fucking great. Even here in Germany, I feel that we are on a tidal wave getting ready to engulf the Democrats, the cronies, the corporate, the establishment. I think we're gonna tidal wave them, and we're at the top of this tidal wave. I feel it. I'm in Germany, okay? I don't even live in the States, but I feel this energy, and everybody in America has got to ride this energy to the polls in November. Vote for Donald Trump. That's my advice. That was the Insanity Report for today. Everybody have a great day. And if you have seen this only this first time, you can get my articles, all my videos in your inbox directly as soon as they come out, as soon as they're published. If you subscribe to my Substack for free or paid for $5 a month, you can do either one. Either one helps me out. Share my stuff around, comment, leave your comments. I'm open to everything. The comments are open for everybody. So please do that. Subscribe to my Substack below, guys, and have a great day.